We start with international calls for calm in Sudan, where at least 3 civilians have been killed and dozens injured amid an outbreak of violence between the army and a powerful paramilitary group. Unrest has been reported in several cities, including the capital Khartoum and the city of Merowe to the north. Both sides are blaming each other for launching attacks. They had recently been in negotiations to merge and allow Sudan to transition to democracy. The paramilitary group RSF claims to have seized strategic points, including the presidential palace, the army chief's residence, and Khartoum's international airport. We're getting reports of power cuts and communications outages. Let's get straight across to journalist Ismail Kushkush in Khartoum for more. Thanks, Ismail, for joining us. Can you tell us the latest in the Sudanese capital?
Fighting erupted this morning between the Sudanese army and the Rapid Support Forces. The Rapid Support Forces is a paramilitary group that has been operating in Sudan, particularly Western Sudan, for over a decade. There have been tensions between the two circles for the past days, especially in the town of Merowe in northern Sudan. But that tension seems to have come to Khartoum this morning. I live downtown Khartoum, not too far from the Republican Palace. I can hear the sounds of machine gun, heavy artillery. This is the worst case scenario, I think, that Sudanese had hoped that would never happen as they hoped for a transition into democracy after the 2019 Sudanese revolution.
And can you help us understand what is behind these tensions and what you think has brought things to a boiling point?
So there have been a number of issues between the military as a whole, that includes the army and the rapid support forces, and the civilian forces calling for a transition. Sudanese protesters were able to topple the authoritarian government of Omar al-Bashir in 2019. An agreement was made to transition into democracy, an agreement between the military, both of its components, the Sudanese army and the Rapid Support Forces. The Rapid Support Forces came into being over 10 years ago as a paramilitary that aided the army in its conflict in Darfur. That agreement, there were a number of issues that were to be dealt with, including justice and accountability, and the removal of what is known as the empowerment of the army, the hands of the army and the rapid support forces in the Sudanese economy. These were among the major issues, but really the major issue between these two groups is the issue of command. Does the rapid support forces come under the direct command of the army? There were many in the Sudanese army that were distrustful, were discontent. The power of the rapid support forces that doesn't have the same traditional military training that the Sudanese army has. This is one side of the story. The other side is that many see that there are elements within the Sudanese army that still have connections to the old government of Omar al-Bashir. There was a great deal of politicking between both sides and the civilians on how to transition. It seemed for the past weeks and months that an agreement was going to be signed. It kept on getting delayed to bring the country back into a transition. But these differences between the rapid support forces and the army really took a turn in the past few days, and we're seeing the result of that today in Khartoum.
Well, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed on this escalating violence. Really appreciate your time. That is journalist Ismail Kushkush in Khartoum.
Thank you.